Hello and welcome back to our Parkitect Campaign Mode series. We have just completed Archipelago Adventures and are now moving across the Crossway Sea into Adventure Island. And for this scenario, the small island park with a unique observation tower wants to attract more guests, but its cold and wet climate is keeping visitors away. For this scenario, we have to have at least 500 guests in our park, have a happiness rating of at least 80%, and then for the optional, complete all non-optional goals by the end of December year 2. So, let's go ahead and jump in here. Right off the bat, you can see we got a nice big coaster. That actually looks pretty good. It's got a long layout for a small train, but I mean that's fine. It'll still attract people. We got a completely covered twister here, so I wonder if that's trying to tell us something. I think this is the first park that we actually have that already has something going on. Looks like we have an elevator in here, which is pretty interesting. What else is over here? We got some food and drink stalls. We got a security man out and about. Let's double check. Let's go ahead and put this in pause for now. We got $14,000, so not a ton to start out with. A lot of glass too. A lot of glass buildings. It is a very, very wide, like a narrow park. So I'm thinking we're going to need to shorten it down a little bit. What's this? We got an information building over here, which is fine, but I think we're going to need to narrow it down a little bit, and just kind of condense everything back in, try and build everything along this hill here. And I don't want to go out too far, because I think that's just going to cause problems. So let's double check our goals. We don't have anything else. We already have 91 people in the park. This ride should draw in a lot of people, which we'll take a ride in a second. We do have the carousel and the wave swinger. So carousel is good because it has good rain coverage, which I'm assuming is why this is covered. We got the gyro drop tower, top scan. So these are two rides that we haven't seen yet, which is cool. Junior coaster, powered coaster, vertical drop coaster, so nothing too crazy there. We already have an elevator in the park, and we have paddle boats, which I'm not too concerned about either. Yeah. Let's say thrill rides. I'm thinking we may want to do a coaster to start here. We'll leave it at that. I think we're going to get enough money with this. It may not be the most efficient attraction, and I don't think I can edit this. Or can I? Because if I can, I'm definitely gonna. So we'll come back to that. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. Do we have staff in this one already too? So we already have a janitor. We have 3 haulers, which seems a bit overkill, personally. So let's just go ahead and I think we only need 1 at the moment, and then those are all fine. Not too concerned. We don't got any of that stuff. So we're looking good there. We know we have hot drinks and we have pretzels. Don't know where the bathroom's at. Do we have a bathroom? It certainly does not look like it. So we are going to need to add that in. I don't know if there's one out here. I doubt there is. No, those are just hot drinks and the pretzels again. This ride will probably just get shut down, so actually let's just go ahead and take care of that now. We can probably also shut down our 2 shops and stalls, which again, I don't remember. Okay, hot drinks, pretzels, those can be shut down. We don't need them. What is that thing? Is that a mushroom? Interesting. Yeah, I don't think we need to have all of that, all of this to be available. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to stop it, I think, right here. So let's just go ahead and take our signs. This one seems just fine. And we'll go ahead and plop that down. Go ahead and make sure no one can go down this way. We'll have to keep an eye on that as well. But you know, I think, yeah, I'm going to see if I can edit this. Because I think if we can get even just a station. If we can change this to station, maybe this is a block break, so that's fine. Having 2 stations will increase this tremendously, and I don't see anywhere else. So you go through a loop, you go through an Emmelman, you go through an inversion, another Emmelman. Yeah, there's not much that we can do here in terms of adding in a mid-course brake run, unless I was to swing this around and bring this up higher and lose that inversion. But the stats in this thing, we have a good intensity, so I don't really want to mess with that because I don't tend to make very intense rides myself. So I think that's going to be pretty good. We do need to add a bathroom. We'll need to add some shops and stalls, which will kind of make sense in this general area as well. Or maybe we can just go ahead and find a way to squeeze them in over here. But we'll figure that out here in a second. I don't think I have a staff building either, so we'll have to worry about getting one of those in. And yeah, I think we're pretty good. I might actually do multiple research teams here, because that may be the best option at this point. Because I do need some more thrill rides. So let's go ahead. We'll drop this to 100. And then that can get us more thrill rides that will hopefully draw in more people into the park. So we have $9,000 to work with. We're going to try and mess with the coaster to start with, and then add in some thrill rides around the park. So I'll jump into the time lapse and I'll see you when we're done. Here we go, and fortunately we were able to edit the coaster here, so we add in a second station, which should theoretically increase our capacity a little bit, not much, but just make it a little bit easier for people to get on and off without all the added pressure. We can certainly add an extra train, which we do, and we're really just copying everything that's already built. So we basically just take the first station that's over there, copy that in, and completely duplicate it 100%. Kind of tidy up some of the broken edges, add in some extra fences, and for whatever reason we found a whole bunch of stranded people out there, so we go ahead and relocate them. And then we focus on getting in our shops and stalls in our restroom. So I knew I wanted to have it somewhere in the middle, and this seemed to be the best place for it. So we just go ahead and try and squeeze it in here, and we make one of the most boring buildings that I have ever built, and it's just trying to stay with the theme, and I'm not very good at this theme. So we really figured that out the hard way. We try and take a lot of the same things. Also, did not realize there was a whole doors category that you can just put doors in and it will actually work. I think I mentioned this, I think way back in Victoria Lake, I was excited about the gates. Well, now I'm excited about the doors. One thing I did not like about this scenario is you didn't have the customizable stall. So you had to deal with the shop facades that came with the actual shops, and I always tend to struggle with these. So we've tried a lot of different things. We eventually figure out something that looks somewhat decent, and then we just throw a little awning over top of it so it doesn't look too bad. We do plan out for our bathroom, but we don't put that in right away. And then we just go ahead and start filling in our brown roofs. And I quickly found out that there's no gable piece for the wood, whatever this set is. So we had to go ahead and just go with a flat roof. And then we try and add in some windows just to kind of break up the wooden look, and it still doesn't look much better. So not one of my favorite buildings I've ever built, but it does the job for the scenario. It gets our scenery rating up a little bit. It blocks in all of the backstage areas. It also allows me to have the depot, which I accidentally delete and then have to replace, which is why well, you'll see in the live portion. But yeah, we're pretty much wrapping up this building here soon. I think we're just about to go ahead and do the windows here, and yeah, see, there goes the depot. Go ahead and replace that. I never reconnect everything, so that's great. I do a great job there. And at this point, now we're just trying to fill and fit in some new attractions. But unfortunately, I had some recording issues. So after we get the carousel in, we do have a little bit of footage that does not exist, thanks to my recording software closing out on me, and I didn't realize it, but it really wasn't all that much. So fortunately, I caught it early enough. So I think we are just about to finish up here. So let's go ahead and check in to see where we are at. Alright, so unfortunately, the my recording software decided not to record the end, so we got to this area. We just finished, oh, we completed a goal, great, where the carousel was completed, and you didn't get to see this. Fortunately, it wasn't very much. I just put some fences around, just kind of plopped it down, nothing too crazy. So I think at this point, we're about as far. We're already at $218. We did get the second station in, which is good. I do think I need to adjust some of the settings in here, where we need to try and make some money. So at 20.9, I want to say I can charge $4 for this, but I honestly don't remember. So 20.9 times 0.15. We'll do 3 just to be safe for the carousel. I don't know if this is set up correctly. So 27.6. And that we can charge $4 for. That one's definitely not right. And then the drop tower at 36.1. We can get $5 out of this. Now we are waiting for Killer Bee to finish its testing. It should be the same. After all we did was add the station building. We do have 3 trains on it now, which should be good. We also increased the speed of the lift hill, which may or may not be beneficial. I'm not sure, but that's alright. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and open this. And at 78.1, we're going to be able to charge quite a bit. So we can charge $11.50 for this coaster. We do have a bunch of people walking back from this part of the park, I have no idea where our hauler is. We also did not get in a staff building, so that was not what I wanted. Hide scenery is not what I wanted. We do have some decoration issues over here because of the staff building, but all of this is looking good. We just got one weird little building over here that doesn't really seem to make sense or have any color to it, just kind of looks drab and boring. So that's great. And yeah, also found out doors should work. Yes, did not know doors were in the game, so that's good. I knew the gates were in the game, didn't know about the doors. We also don't have the custom stalls, so we had to use the in-game ones. Oh my gosh, they're out of stock, so they're not. Hauler should be somewhere nearby. I do still have a hauler, right? I didn't. Where's he going? Why? I don't. But... oh, that didn't save. That's exciting. I did do this, but I did not. I don't know when. Oh, you know what I did? I accidentally deleted the depot in there, so that explains why that's happening. So our hauler is going to do whatever he's doing. I don't know where he's even at anymore. Oh, there he is. Mr. James Stewart. Let's just go ahead and speed you up a little bit. Get you in there so we can start getting stuff open and going. Honestly, probably should have some type of cover here, but we don't have it, so we're not going to worry about that too much. The number of guests flowing into the park is good at the moment. And I think this thing's going to make us some good money here. We're not going to be able to see for a little bit though. So, we're looking good. Ooh, this is got a line. I am surprised at that, but we do have some bins. We may need some more at some point, but right now we're doing okay. Finally got everything set up over here, which is good. We do need to get some type of seating area, probably with some cover. Maybe we can just kind of fill this area in and do that. But at the moment, we're just kind of waiting. Oh, apparently we're getting 2 throw rides out of this to start. Just fine. But yeah, at this point we're just kind of waiting. There's not too much that we can do. We do have we have something that can appease the high intensity. We have something for the low intensity, and a bunch of medium attractions in here as well. Also, we have everything closed down, which I hope. Is there anyone else stuck up here? I hope not. That would be tragic. Doesn't look like it though, so we're just going to go ahead and leave that tower in there. And as I expected, we are getting our first rainstorm in February of year 1. So I expect there to be a lot of rain, a lot of storms, and something we'll have to deal with. Wow, this has an incredible line. But I think we'll be alright. See, I barely even finished there. So, yeah, so what we'll do, we'll fast forward. I'm, again, sorry that we missed a little bit of everything. Missed the end of that time lapse, but that was really only a couple seconds of footage. So, let's go ahead and fast forward, and I'll jump back to where I have an idea of what I'm going to do next. Alright, so before we get too far into this build, I do want to apologize because I do not ride any of the roller coasters in this episode. Uh, I know I said I would earlier. I did not. I'm sorry. It didn't happen, but there's only 3 of them and they're not all that crazy. So maybe the one we're about to build is. But anyway, at this point, we got the Skyfall attraction, which is this crazy, crazy drop tower thing. That I guess is kind of like Falcon's Fury in Busch Gardens in Tampa, Florida, where it lifts you all the way at the top and it faces you straight down before dropping you, which is a great attraction. I've ridden that. It's one of my favorite attractions there, so yeah, I really was happy to get that. It also drew in a lot of people. And then we go ahead and we build in our little like seating area here. We don't put any cover in whatsoever. But you can see that we do have the cover above the carousel at this point. And then we're also going to add in this air race model. I don't remember what it's called in game, or G-Lock. G-Lock is what it's called. So we just go ahead and get that in just to kind of round out our flat rides to kind of keep people interested inside the park. And then at this point, I said, you know what? I forgot to put in the staff building. So go ahead, squeeze that in. Fortunately, all I had to do was put up some fences to block it to keep the decoration up. And then we go, as I throw a pen, we go and try and build a mine train coaster that is made to bring in money. Because up to this point, Killer Bee is not that ride. It's bringing in some money, but it's not bringing a lot. So this is supposed to be a capacity machine, and it certainly serves its purpose. It can run 3 trains by the time we're done with it. It also looks pretty interesting because of all the different ways that it weaves amongst itself. We also got this flyby by the G-Lock, and then we do this weird like figure 8 style thing that it just kind of follows itself around. So I'm really happy with the way this turned out. If I were to continue to theme this, I think it would look really cool. We would have been doing a lot of rocks, a lot of terrain, and things like that. But we ended up not doing that because we didn't need to. And you know, we go ahead and get this set up and get it open and ready to go. And then we realize that we're starting to get a little cramped on time. So we really just start to focus on getting enough money for another roller coaster. We know we need something that's high intensity to draw in a lot of people. And we eventually unlock one of the craziest coasters ever created. And that is the S&S, whatever this is called in real life. I don't know. But I've never been on one. But I wanted it to look pretty interesting. I also wanted it to be a little bit larger. Wanted it to have some really interesting turnarounds, and I think it looks pretty good for what you would expect. And there are some fast portions in it. We do have some brakes in it a lot too, and we have the dual station, so of course it can have a few more trains. We have a bunch of block sections. But yeah, once we put this in, we're pretty much it. So let's go ahead, we'll jump back to the live portion and see where we're at with this scenario. Alright, so we have 2 new coasters here. We also added the most insane drop tower. A huge drop tower that faces you down, and then drops you. Which I think it's really interesting that it's 2 independent sides. So like people just walk underneath this whenever it's coming down and they just don't care. So I think that's pretty interesting. Oh, unless it waits until that one's loaded. That would be clever. We also got this wooden coaster, which the mine train is actually starting to become one of my favorite coasters to build. I just love doing all the different turns. We get little things that look similar but are also different. Just kind of weaving itself back and through. And then we found this thing. And I've never ridden one of these in person. I've ridden the Intamin version, the Green Lantern at Six Flags Magic Mountain. And that was horrible. I hear these are much nicer. Yeah, I figured this would be a good thing to get in here because we need intense attractions. So, yeah, we got this thing going, and it's certainly drawn in the people. We're at 460, so we can go ahead and fast forward this. I don't think we're going to need any more rides. I don't think we need any more scenery. I mean, this is definitely supposed to be our moneymaker, and it's not really doing it that well, but, you know, it's fine. This thing is probably doing decent. You know, honestly, I don't know what... That's making a lot more money than I thought it would. That's pretty weak. This thing is probably... That's better than I thought it would be. But, here we are. We have now gotten enough guests in the park, so that means we have completed all of our non-optional roles with a couple months to spare. And we are looking pretty good. We just need to get through 3 weeks to win, and I think we're going to be done with this one. If this could ever get a line, that probably would... Yeah, see, it's on the 1,000 scale mark, so that is definitely our moneymaker. This rain may hurt us. It may hurt us a lot. So let's hope people don't just decide to leave here. We're getting a couple people to come in. We have a couple people going out. We also added in a staff building. Ooh, suspended coaster. A staff building over here. Just so our people have a chance to go rest. We were able to fortunately just have to put some fences around it to protect. So the decoration looks fine. And this thing just looks crazy. This would have supports over here. I'm not sure why they didn't come in for that, but we're now at $10,000. We are getting awfully close to our mark. We're dropping guests little by little, but we have held off just enough to go ahead and finish this scenario, which is fantastic news. So let's go ahead and we gotta go get a quick screenshot here. Oh, it'd be nice if the confetti would stop. And a second, I guess we just have to kind of weave it back and forth to get the confetti to go away. So there we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and I think we're going to get the tower. The tower as our prize here. And there we are. So we finished Adventure Island. That was a pretty fun scenario. It was pretty basic, a lot of rain, pretty boring colors, but you have to build some intense roller coasters, which was a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and see what that unlocks for us. That splits off into 2. So we're going to get our first snow. And it unlocked the Ice Shelf Islands and the Biscayne Beach. But before we get to those, we'll head down to BTVK in our next episode. So I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like. If you saw something I could have done better, make sure you leave it in the comment section. And if you want to find some more awesome Parkitect content, make sure you subscribe to my channel. We got videos every week. So again, Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.